Here are 3 myths about death by suicide. My name is Allison. I'm a death doula, grief educator, and coach, and let's talk about this. The first myth is that when someone dies by suicide, that it is a selfish act. This is a myth. Oftentimes we hear that was so selfish. We don't say that people are selfish when they die by cancer. And when someone chooses as a last resort for death by suicide, it is a mental illness. We don't say that somebody dies selfishly when they die of cancer. Mental illness, in a lot of cases, is a cancer of the brain. And so when someone dies by suicide, it is not because they were selfish, it is because they had cancer of the brain. The second myth is that there must have been some sign that somebody should have seen when someone dies by suicide. This is most of the time not the case. Today I'm thinking about Twitch, and for those of you that may not know who he was a dancer, he was a DJ, actor, comedian. Really just you could feel his light coming through the different platforms that he presented himself. And it really touched me, which is why I'm talking about this today, that the announcement was that he died by suicide today. And one of the things that I hear as a coach and educator and as a death doula is that somebody somewhere must have seen something. And oftentimes the death by suicide is a very closed in decision and process, and oftentimes death by suicide is done by people that you quote would just be unexpected. And so to blame somebody else for not quote seeing something is absolutely a myth and is also very disempowering. And the third myth of death by suicide is that you grieve the same way as you would any other death. Well, in and of itself, regardless of who it is, how the death happened, when it happened, grief for the person, the relationship, the circumstance, for every single person, for every single situation, that grief is different and unique. So someone may die by, 2.5 years ago, I had someone close to me died by suicide. That grief was so immensely different than the other experiences of death in my life that I've had. So be compassionate when you see people expressing grief or frustration or sadness when it comes to death by suicide.